Hi everyone, I'm Katja and I would like to welcome you to the Paptic open house session for flexible packaging. I have seen a lot of familiar names in the attendees list, but also a bunch of new ones, so let's start by recapping what the Paptic materials are all about. Then we go more into details of what concrete solutions we can now offer from Paptic materials. And by we, I mean myself and my colleague Bruno, who is located in Italy. Hi, Bruno.
Hello, Katja. Thank you. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Thanks for being us today. I recently joined Paptic in this exciting project aiming to replace plastic films and contributing to create a more sustainable packaging. I will be very pleased to give you some detail on the current developments of Paptic standout pouches or doypacks, and to spend a few words on potential use of Paptic grades as raw material for further converting into more complex, flexible packaging materials. Thank you.
Thanks, Bruno. As promised, we will start with the standard Paptic material features. But first a reminder that please be active in the chat. It is available throughout the whole event. And also mark down some questions as we have at the back of the end of the presentations, we have a questions and answers session, so we can then address any of your questions. But now to the material itself, I have a bunch of samples here. So material is soft touch new material designed for different end uses. It is a sustainable solution for packaging materials. It is bio-based and recyclable in paper and cardboard streams. And now if you missed the previous session by our own Hanna, you might want to take a look on that, because then you get a deep dive on the Paptic sustainable strategy. All the presentations are again available after this event on the website. And besides being a sustainable material, the performance is also outstanding. The material is strong, and I mean really strong. It can endure sharp objects very well, and it is at the same time very soft to touch. It's a silent material, and which makes it run brilliantly on different packing lines. But since the last session in last year, October, we have done a lot of development work. And we have been able to enlarge our product portfolio by developing this newcomer of our material, which has even silkier touch. We have been able to go down in the grammage, so this is even more resource efficient than the sister grades. And by this very nice soft feel, it is really a new alternative, a recognizable alternative to improve your packaging image. And as it is lightweight, it typically creates challenges in the keeping the packaging forms, but not with this grade. So it is rigid enough to keep any packaging form, whether it is a doypack or maybe a pillow back, and even being all this, it still runs perfectly on the packing lines. But this being a doypack, I think we need to discuss a bit more about that one. So maybe I will hand this over to you, Bruno.
Thank you, Katja. Thank you. Doypacks, or stand-up pouches, are a very, very familiar form of packaging for all of us. We see them used in many types of goods, food or non-food, dry or wet, solid or liquid. Nowadays, most of them are plastic made, and in many cases, with multiple layers of different polymers, which make them hard to recycle. Well, Paptic is now offering a sustainable solution to replace plastic films whenever dry goods, food or non-food, are concerned. We have now run multiple tests on Doipac lines, proving that Paptic runs very, very nicely, as Katja remarked, and with little or no need of adjustments in comparison with the standard materials normally used. Pouches looks nice, have a soft and premium touch. They are very silent, so there is not going to be any cracking noise anymore when handling those. And of course, are recyclable in paper stream, which is not a minor thing. Being a flexible and strong material, Paptic offers an ideal solution to pack hard, pointed, sharp goods, ensuring puncture and drop resistance as well. Its unique haptic helps package to be immediately recognizable and to be perceived different and help the package to stand out from the shelves which are crowded with plastic packages. And as I said, of course, it's recyclable. We have here with us Antonio Franceschina of ACM Plastic, an Italian Doica producers, which have been testing our grades quite a few times. Hello, Antonio. Thanks for joining us today. I would like to ask you, what is ACM main business area?
Hello, Bruno. Thanks again for inviting me. ACM is a company specialized in flexible packaging printing and the converter, its main converter. And we are specialized in, as I told, in short run and medium run, because we have digital printing and UV flexo printing. And we belong to the SIT group since almost 2 years. And the group is mostly specialized in long run because they have rotogravure system and traditional flexo printing.
Okay, thank you.
So just to give you more, so we are more specialized for food and farm application because our main business is food.
Okay. What has been your first impression when seeing Paptic products for the first time?
So our impression was a very good impression because we already have in our portfolio a different kind of paper. But when we saw Paptic paper, so we saw that the paper was very smoothly, was give a very impression of elegant. So we were very interested to test this material because, as you know, the market is moving a lot in paper application, and this could be a very good alternative for some special application. So,
okay. How would you describe then your experience when processing Paptic on your lines, particularly for Doipacs? How did it actually run?
Okay, so already by the beginning, so by the first test, the test was really successful. So we were very skeptical when we test the material because with paper there is always some problem, but we really don't face any problem on the line because we test it and we saw that the material was running very well on the wheels. Okay, so no problem. And also the sealing application, where mainly in the Doipac system is a bottleneck. So with your paper, we didn't face really no problem. And so also in the cutting system was very, very smooth without any you call it little hair that are not coming out. So it's really very good material. So
Okay, that's very good to hear. Thank you.
yeah.
So how do you see then the potential of this material on your market?
So we saw that the material, although is a paper, has a very big, so very good resistance on puncturing system. So we think that this material could be, let's say, used in many different applications. So where we saw something quite to use quite immediately could be. They say a dye pack, so it's a bag that can be used with dry materials. Okay, we have a lot of application where you don't need a particular oxygen barrier, and so where you have only that, say you use the bag only as protection of the material. So in this application, we have plenty of application where can be used. Okay, so because as I told you, so the pack is staying in a very good shape, so it's stable, and you can also put quite a good weight on the material on the bags without any problem.
Okay, excellent. So strength properties and resistance are something that has been positive for you.
Yeah, so it's very, very excellent. So for a paper, so we didn't believe that such a good resistance.
Okay. Well, what can I say? Thank you, Antonio, very much. This has been very interesting and very helpful. Thank you, and talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye, Bruno.
Thank you. Now, Paptic actually does offer a solution for reducing plastic use in this field of applications. If you are getting interested, if you want to know more, please get in touch with us and we're really happy to discuss this further with you. But dye packs, you said, yes, but it's not only dye packs, it's more than that. Isn't that so, Katja?
That is exactly so. So along with the great performance on the dye packs, we have tested quite significantly on other machine types as well. And I actually had an interview with Stefan Kempe from Finnvacuum earlier this week. And let's see next what we discussed about.
Hello everyone. This is now Katja from the past, from my vacation in the woods of Finnish Lapland. So we are doing this a bit remotely with Stefan today. But now we have online Stefan Kempe from Finnvacuum, who is selling the flowback lines. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, Katja. How is life?
Life is good. Sun is shining. It's warm in Lapland. Everything okay, but maybe we can agree one topic very fast. So if you see anything on the background that weighs over 100 kilos, can you give me a watch out?
Yeah, I will tell you.
Goody. So we have been, or you have been running a lot of Paptic materials. So let's discuss about those a bit more. So what are actually the trends in the horizontal flow packing today?
The trend is now in many cases to minimize the footprint and to use a material that can be recycled. More and more are now searching for alternative solutions. One trend is also to change from tray pack to flow pack to reduce the material consumption. So you can say that trend is now to make sustainable decisions how to pack the products. That's maybe the main points for the moment.
Okay. Sounds reasonable actually. And there are more and more new materials introduced to the packing market constantly. What kind of challenges that creates to machine manufacturers?
Maybe two main points. For the first, the material must run and flow in the machine without problems. And the second is the sealing properties to match with this kind of use. Flowpack is not the easiest machine type if we think about the demands for the material. When we need to get speed and more capacity on the machine, we have to have a good heat resistance and sealing properties on the material. So not the easiest one.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, and how Finnvacuum is actually responding to the sustainability demands coming from the market?
If we think about the last year, we have made a lot of testing with different new materials together with material suppliers and customers. Today we can use fiber-based materials and monofilms to achieve sustainability. What kind of material to be used is of course depending on the product to pack. So we have to choose it what kind of product we are going to pack.
Are your machines specifically designed for fiber-based materials, or are they running mainly on films?
Today it's different kind of plastic films, laminated ones or monomaterials. The machines are not specially designed for fiber materials, but some adjustments can be made in the tube forming. Paptic materials, one of them we know that can be used without problems for the moment.
That sounds good. How would you have been running a lot of trials on the Fuji lines. So how would you describe the Paptic material performance on your flowback lines?
Paptic material is more elastic than the other ones, and for that reason the tube forming is working very well. Especially the new Apus is very, very good. And as I told you earlier, the only fiber-based material we have used without any problems. So you have to try it.
Yes. So everyone online, did you hear that one? And you are also manufacturing these very traditional pouches, so 3-side seam pouches from Paptic material, and you are able to produce a great variation in different sizes. But are there specific topics customers should take into account when considering switching from traditional polypacks to these Paptic-based alternatives?
Yeah, if you are packing a dry product and you don't need a barrier, then this Paptic material is a very good option to use. The seal width in our bags is a little wider. It's 7 to 8 millimeters. The material can be printed in flexo up to 8 colors, and the size variation is 80 times 100 millimeters to 1 meter times 1 meter, and all between that. We are already producing Paptic bags on regular basis, so if Paptic would be an alternative, we can make samples with fast delivery times for you.
Sounds good. So maybe we have some customers queuing on the phone after this.
Hope that.
Thank you, Stefan. This was an interesting to discuss with you, and hopefully we will continue the trials again once I'm back from the woods.
Okay, thank you, Katja. See you.
See you. And let's get back then to the actual show. Ciao.
Okay, there are not too many positives about the COVID situation, but the one silver lining is that we have a new norm of connecting anywhere, as you can see. And so we have so far established the knowledge that our material works well in toy bags, pillow bags, and in a polypack replacements. So how about the wicket bags? Wicket bags have traditionally been made solely out of LDPE polyethylene films. And we actually this spring had a project together with Huhtamäki to create a wicket bag out of Paptic material. Here you go. This kind of packaging type is traditionally used in soft products like sanitary napkins, toilet papers, diapers as well. And the soft feel of Paptic material really supports the feeling of the product inside. And as the product is soft inside, the strength is also a key player because you cannot really puncture through from our material, like it usually happens with papers. More what is the word? Easily tearable papers. There are some topics that are different to the LDPE pouches, and that is that being a fiber-based material, the material doesn't melt, so we need to have a side seams. 3 to 5 millimeters is sufficient, but there will be some side seams. So we are now in a phase where we are running initial tests on the packing lines, and once we have performed the first tests, the product is easily scalable to multiple different sizes. So we are here if you want to try the material. So as you have seen, we are very versatile in offering solutions to packages, but one thing to keep in mind is that material as such is suitable for dry goods and dry food products only. So we do not have a barrier at the moment. However, if you would have now your interest on fatty or moist products, do not hop out from the event just yet. I will let my colleague Bruno to let you know what we can offer to those end users. Will you take it from here, Bruno?
Of course, Katja, thank you. As earlier said, Paptic may also be used as a base material for additional converting processes. A number of manufacturers of flexible packaging materials requiring all sorts of barriers have already shown their interest in our innovative products to be coated or laminated with diverse additional layers, depending on the final use and requirements. In principle, a great variety of barrier could be added, depending on the technology in place, and each converter could develop its own solution. What Paptic offers, besides its unique haptic, superior strength properties, considerably higher than paper, while being still very flexible, which leads to excellent runnability on converting lines. Even in all cases where plastic-based barriers could not be avoided, using Paptic as an external layer that one customer is actually seeing and touching will give a premium feel to the package, and most important, will still reduce the amount of plastic used and then for release in the environment. So if you're getting interested, you are very welcome to join the increasing number of converters developing their materials on Paptic flexibles. Thank you.
This is exactly so. So the material is very versatile, and me and Bruno and the whole Paptic team are eagerly waiting for whatever needs and ideas you might have for the packaging end users. So I'm pretty sure we will find a solution for your needs as well. Or what do you think, Bruno?
Absolutely so, Katja, you're right.
That sounds good. So thank you for joining us today, and now give us a short minute to gather ourselves for the questions and answers and check those through. So we'll get back shortly.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.